the World Health Organization has suspended a clinical trial of the anti-malaria drug hydroxychloroquine as a COVID-19 treatment. It cited safety concerns. US President Donald Trump said recently he was taking the drug but has since stopped. The WHO and health authorities around the world have warned of the drug's potentially dangerous side effects. There's also no definitive proof that it is effective against the coronavirus.
The executive group has implemented a temporary pause of the hydroxychloroquine arm within the Solidarity trial while the safety data is reviewed by the Data Safety Monitoring Board. The other arms of the trial are continuing.
Lawrence Gostin is a global health law professor at Georgetown University, and he joins us now from Washington, D.C. Thank you for your time. Given everything that President Trump has said about this drug, hydroxychloroquine, does this put him in an awkward situation, do you think?
Well, unfortunately, the president has never been daunted by clinical evidence or scientific trials. It should give him pause, of course. But remember, the President Trump's own regulatory agency, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, had earlier issued a warning about using hydroxychloroquine outside of carefully controlled hospital conditions or clinical trials. And he ignored his own public health agency. He has a very well-known hostility to the World Health Organization. So I wouldn't think that this would change his mind at all, but it should.
What impact has all this focus on hydroxychloroquine had in terms of the push to find an actual cure? There's been so much attention on this one drug, and also, for the people who actually need this drug, hydroxychloroquine.
Well, it's a huge distraction. It's a political distraction. I mean, I think scientists understand that the evidence is not there for this particular drug, so they're looking at other medications. But if the president keeps touting it and says he's taking it, you run a lot of risks. One of them is that people will hoard the drug, and it won't be available for people who really need it, like those with rheumatoid arthritis or who are trying to control malaria. The other risk, of course, is that patients may take it, thinking that somehow they're protected, even though there's zero evidence that this is a prophylactic or could prevent COVID infections. Nonetheless, they might, decide, well, I'm taking the drug so I can just, go out, be with people. And that's very dangerous. And so it's just unacceptable for the president to model his behavior in such an anti-scientific way.
Do you anticipate that we'll see more agencies come out and say they're no longer going to be using this drug in studies in any way? Well, so far there are studies ongoing. The World Health Organization at the moment has just paused that arm of the study while the Data Safety Monitoring Board looks to see whether or not the evidence suggests that there's undue risks. Clinical trials always should, and most do, get reviewed by these kinds of safety boards, which are independent. They're not part of the study itself, and they can pull the trial if there are red signs, warnings that clinical subjects are subject to risk. And that may well happen. If it does, scientists around the world are going to have to think, well, maybe we shouldn't be even investigating this drug for this particular purpose. Thank you for your time, as always. Global health law professor there, Lawrence Gostin. Thank you.